Today, we're teaching Charlie to sit, and she's doing very good. And she's starting to drool, just like a Labrador. How nice. And there you go. She's not quite obsessed with the tennis ball yet. So, today, we're going to try making pulled pork. I really love pulled pork, and I've never made it before, but I have a friend, Scott, who's I met in Brooklyn. He's a big foodie, and he gave me a recipe for a crock pot or slow cooker pulled pork. So, it's pretty simple. It's just a lot of waiting around. So we're going to try it, right? We're going to wash our hands first. Now, I do get mail about whether I wash my hands after touching the dogs, so this is proof positive. I wash my hands, okay? You'd be amazed at some of the emails you get. But I don't want to complain. There's some really nice people that email me also. So this is a pork shoulder. It's the shoulder of the pig and has some nice skin and fat on it. And we're going to leave this on. When you put this in a slow cooker, this fat is going to go through the meat. It's being cooked very slowly. It's going to tenderize it and give it flavor as well. We can skim off a lot of the fat when we're done. We're going to leave this. I'm going to leave this on when we do this. Pork shoulders, I've seen them on sale, and that's what gave me this idea, is to buy one. The trick here, and I know people are going to have different opinions about this, but we're going to take this and we're going to cover it with a dry rub. This is a barbecue pork dry rub.
You made that?
No, I actually bought this at the store. We're up here in the middle of nowhere, and I was at the store and I couldn't remember all the ingredients I wanted.
And we're busy.
So I thought, well, I couldn't remember the ingredients, and they had this interesting looking dry rub mixture, so I've purchased this, and this one isn't too expensive. You can also make your own. I'm going to see if I can get my friend Scott to give me his recipe and post it, and we'll see what that's about. But what I'm going to kind of mix this up a little bit because I've read a lot of blog posts about this. So we're going to do dry rub, but also I'm going to mix in some brown sugar.
Okay.
So we're going to take this puppy, and we're going to put
That's
this.
not a puppy.
Here, but we're going to put it in a big baking pan or something. That's about a half a cup, and that was about 3/4 of a cup of dry rub. So the trick here is we're just going to cover the entire pork shoulder with the dry rub. I've also seen where people put the dry rub on here and then they wrap it in a bunch of layers of plastic wrap, and then they'll set it in the refrigerator for hours or days, and you can try that.
How's that?
That looks great.
How thick does it need to be on there?
I think as far as the thickness, it's as much as you can get on, really. It's really quite simple. So you can wrap this in plastic, let it sit for hours or days in your refrigerator. The one thing I forgot that my friend Scott talked about, and I didn't realize it until I got back from the store, and the store is 20 miles away, is you can also put some liquid smoke in the crock pot as well. So Lynn suggested that we use our smoker.
Our bee smoker.
Our bee smoker. But anyway, we've been having a lot of fun with our bees, as you know. And we checked them yesterday, and when there's neat larvae, the queen is laying eggs.
I don't want to hear about that while you're making pulled pork.
Okay, I get really excited about it. Anyway, this we'll put in here.
Just drop it in?
Yeah. All right, lid goes on. We'll put it on the low setting and let it go. Get the crud off of there. Hey everyone, so it's the next day in that land of television, you know how you do the little clock thing. But here we are. This cooked overnight. I turned it off this morning. It cooked about 9 hours. I turned it off, and then this afternoon I turned it on a little bit to heat it back up again. But take a look at this, and the house smells like barbecue pork.
Yeah, it does. Wait, is that what you expected it to look like?
Yeah, kind of falling apart.
Is that where the pulled comes in?
Yeah. So the idea here is that wow, look at just how this just comes apart.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pull this apart. This is just, you can see here how it just comes right apart. It smells great. That's not my hand. I don't like to pull pork so it's like minced into little pieces. I like big pieces. That's good. That's pretty good. And that's with no sauce. That's just with the dry rub. I mean, I'm not an expert, and I know there's a lot of barbecue, smoking, pork experts out there. I'm talking my mouthful. But for a guy from New England via Wisconsin, you know, I think that's pretty good. For a northerner, I think this is good. All right, I love to have coleslaw with my pulled pork, and I like a pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw on it. And so I was in the grocery store, and I'm kind of a bit of a Twitteraholic, but I sent out a Twitter that said, hey, can someone send me a coleslaw recipe? I'm in the grocery store right now. And Maggie Batista has a blog called, I wrote it down, called Eat Boutique. And she said, hey, I have a recipe, and she, through the help of John Baronian, who's another friend of mine on Twitter, they sent me this recipe, and it worked great. So I bought all the ingredients. This is a little Eric variation on Maggie's recipe. I used green cabbage, shredded green cabbage, and red, the purpley kind of cabbage, and then carrot. Maggie really likes turnips, and I don't really care for them. So I just hand shredded this, but if you want to use your food processor, that's fine. I agree with Maggie in the fact that most coleslaws, she says this on her blog, most coleslaws have way too much mayonnaise in them. So I like a simple one. I like it more cidery than mayonnaise-y. So we're going to whip this up. This is based on her recipe, and we'll eat. Okay?
Okay.
This is 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Little mustard now.
Oh, your baking skills are coming right along.
That's a good idea, the mustard. Okay, what I also like is, I'm a big fan of buttermilk, and so is Maggie. And what I like is she puts honey in it.
How much honey?
We'll put a tablespoon in. All right, we'll take the Maggie mix with the GardenFork variation. All right, taste time here. Pretty cool, huh? I'm excited. I've never made pulled pork myself before. And it just seemed like the right time to do it. I got a couple different sauces here. You can, there's a whole school of sauces. I kind of like sweeter tomato-based, ketchup-y kind of based sauces. Some people like the cider-based sauces. But I think a classic pulled pork is a roll. These are potato rolls. Nice, huh?
Yeah.
This is the mild sauce, because I'm a mild guy.
I'm trying to see how you're going to get this in your mouth exactly.
Oh, it's messy, but that's part of barbecue, is the mess, so. That's pretty good. I've had better. Maybe with the liquid smoke in it, it would make it better, but for a crock pot overnight in New England with no smoker, the coleslaw is good. Thank you, Maggie. All right, there you go. Very simple, slow cooker pulled pork. I think the addition of the liquid smoke will make more of a difference, but that was pretty darn good for a first try, I thought.
It was.
I thought that was really good. And come to the greenhouse if you have a slow cooker recipe or anything you want to share with us. It's a pretty cool site, bunch of nice people there, asking questions, answering questions.
Share your favorite barbecue place.
Or share your photos of your dogs, a lot of dog photos up there. So, all right, make it a great day. Enjoy your pulled pork.